very beginning, man, either you got a text or email or you saw something online, maybe you were part of our Facebook community group, you saw something on Instagram, like wherever you've seen it, that I am glad that you were here. I am about to share this reel right now. Blah, look, I did my part. I did my part. This is what I'll ask you to do. Can you share it? Can you like it? Can you subscribe? You know what I'm saying? Come on and talk to me. Share, like, subscribe, and let them know we going live. I like that, G-Money. Share, like, subscribe, because we going live. You know what I'm saying? Y'all better stop playing with me. Y'all know I be flowing every time at the drop of a dime. I can't help but rhyme. Oh, my God, I do it every time. Okay. Okay, G-Buddy, I can't help it. I'm on the road, man, but no, really, welcome. I'm glad that y'all are here with me. Tonight's gonna be special. I got a lot to share tonight, but let me kind of let y'all into my world real quick. Like, what's been happening with me? Man, I got an event coming up in January. It's gonna be hosted at the College Football Hall of Fame. Can't wait to tell y'all about that in the coming weeks. We just had our 2-day strategic planning meeting. Jerry, how was it, man? The whole team came together in the A. Dope experience. Come on, y'all. Listen to me, man. We had folks from our team fly in from Maryland, you know what I'm saying? Folks fly in from New Jersey, Chicago, and half of our team is already here in Atlanta, but we had our whole, just about every member within our organization come to Atlanta for a 2-day strategic planning meeting. We had a great time, you know what I'm saying? A phenomenal experience. And you know what's crazy? Is the whole time we were meeting, guess what we was talking about? How we can add value to you. Ain't that, you feel me, Jerry? Like, the whole time we was talking, it was like, how can we add value to you? How can we make bigger impact? How can we connect with more people? How can we train more people? I literally had one of my slides that was like, okay, people in our community are having a whole lot of success. How can we help those who are not as successful? Y'all better stop playing with me. People don't know my heart. I'm different. Do you know how many people, I'm sorry, I'm getting excited here, I'm not upset. But do you know how many people's like, I got a program, if they don't follow it, if they don't go through it, it's on them, it is what it is. I don't have that energy. I literally sat down with my company and was like, hey guys, we're doing great work, we're changing lives, half the people in the community, they blowing up, making 6 figures, the other half, folks is out here struggling, how can we do even more to help them? And here's the crazy thing, it might not be that much more we can do, but my heart posture was there. Let me tell you why I'm gonna always be blessed. I'm always giving, I'm always pouring. And that's why it comes back to me. Ooh, that's a good segue for tonight. Listen to me, I'm always giving, I'm always pouring, I'm always supporting, I'm always loving on others. I've just been blessed to be wired that way. I try my best to be like God, and God just gives. He literally gave himself away. I don't sing, I give myself away. I literally try to live it every single day. Come on, I'm rhyming again, Lord have mercy. I don't just sing, I give myself away. I give myself away. I don't just sing it. I try to live it every single day. And I'm showing you, like, for me internally, even with our organization, I am trying to infuse that energy and that spirit within my team. And we putting it out here in the world, which is why we got the #1 professional speakers program, which is why me and my family are ridiculously blessed. God has just been faithful. And so though I'm giving out a lot, I get back a lot of return. And that's what we're gonna talk about tonight. Some of you all have been looking for a breakthrough. Some of you all have been looking for some things to work out. Some of y'all have been praying for some things, but you're still holding on to a few things. But once you release what God has for you, once you release what you've been holding on to.
Check this out, man, too.
Oh, my phone just started talking to me. It's live, y'all. You getting this live. My phone literally started talking. Once you release, you know what I'm saying, what you've been holding on to. Once you say, you know what, God, you got it. You'd be surprised what you can receive. My life, y'all know I'm still kind of celebrating my 15 years walking with Christ a month or so ago. My whole life has been releasing and receiving. Give, and it shall be given unto you. We're going to talk about what the press down, what the shaking together, what the running over, what the overflow, what that looks like. We're going to talk about how painful it is to release. We're going to talk about how most people don't want to release and how you got to have faith in order to release. So that's what we're talking about tonight. This is Next Level Talks. Thank y'all for tapping in. It's go time. Let's get it.
You go out here and you claim your seat.
Oh, I just touched down, now it's time to celebrate. Super Bowl in Vegas, this where the big steppers play. My whole squad will paint the town, but they don't decorate. And my work a bit excessive, check my resume. Keep it a C note. If I'm speaking, I'm the keynote. Super Bowl in Vegas, this where the big steppers play. My whole squad will paint the town, but they don't decorate. And my work a bit excessive, check my resume. Ooh, yeah, ooh, yeah, ooh, yeah, ooh. Dance, 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 dance.
Oh, man. Fun fact about me. So, I felt like I'm about to go there, and Jerry, the studio is hot. Are you warm? Okay, all right. So this is what I'm finna do, cause y'all know I'm a sweater. When that intro video started playing, let me tell you the first thing I did. I went to look for a t-shirt. Like, I know I got a t-shirt somewhere up in here, but let me just crank that Soldier Boy. Let me just crank that AC up real quick. Oh, a second. Bottom level, cool. I'm gonna put that cool on 68. All right, look, y'all. Listen to me. Hear me and hear me clearly. Hear me and hear me clearly. In order for you to go to the next level in any area of your life, in order for you to, you have to make space. You have to make room for the growth. You have to make room for the expansion. You have to make room for the increase. There are things you've been wanting, you've been desiring, you've been praying for. What are you willing to release in order to receive? All right, that's what we're talking about tonight. But before we get started, I want to know where my people at. What city y'all coming in from? Y'all talk to me, Jerry. Let me know what city they coming in from. I want to know. Like, what city, what country, you know.
Reba from St. Louis.
Okay.
We have Jasmine from North Carolina.
Okay.
Stacy from Jacksonville.
Yeah, come on.
We have Harry from Philly.
Philly.
Matthew from Rhode Island.
Rhode Island. I love it. Man, I appreciate y'all tapping in. Connie, do me a favor. Tell Jewel or somebody give me some ice water. Thank you. So check this out, y'all. I got my friend here. I got my sister here with me tonight. Listen to me, y'all. I'm excited because many of you have been saying, Jeremy, I want to go to the next level. I need to go to the next level. I desire to go to the next level. I'm going to give you the formula tonight. I hope y'all are tapped in with me. I hope y'all are listening, right? I'm literally going to give you the formula of what I've been doing over the years. Y'all know one thing about me. I'm very vulnerable. I'm very open. I'm very transparent. I want to put you in the best position to win. So here is the reality. There are people in our academy that's doing really great. Can I talk about Tia Banks? I want to just show you what happens when you're in. But before we show it to you, there we go. It's all good. It's all good. We got Tia too. We got Keith Allen. All right, we'll go to Keith. Listen to me. Keith Allen did not wake up and say, I think I'm gonna be a speaker, and then call a school and get a $25,000 contract. He didn't. He had to release some time on his schedule. He had to release some appointments. He had to jump on a training. He had to release thousands of dollars. He had to make an investment. That's a form of him releasing. Tia Banks, listen to me, y'all. $6,000 for professional development training. Let me tell you something about Tia. What you see with Tia is what you get. You see that beautiful smile, low key. Tia is amazing, one of the most amazing humans I know. I'm not just saying that. I love Tia. You hear me? Tia's got a great heart, a great spirit. That smile did not just get her this contract. She released on so many different levels. Financially, released money released time. Like, she released, and now she's receiving. And so that's what we're going to talk about tonight. So shout out to Keith. Shout out to Tia Banks, 2 members of the Next Level Speakers Academy. I just wanted y'all to see what's happening. Shout out to them. There are some people in our community that's making massive income. And there are some people that's making massive impact. And there are some people that's just trying to figure it out. And that's okay. I tell folks all the time, delayed is not denied. Everybody ain't gonna blow up right away. It takes time. But you gotta ask yourself, man, Jeremy, the people that really blow up, the people that really be doing well, the people that really be handling their business, what's the difference between them? Some released and some didn't. Some released and some different. So write this, if you're gonna take notes, just put yes in the chat. Who are all my note takers? Just G Money, when they start putting yes, just say the name. Listen to me, I'm coaching tonight. I'm teaching tonight. I'm not trying to inspire you. I'm not trying to motivate you. I'm going to give you the cheat code. I'm going to give you the formula on how you can get everything you want to get in life. So tell me, who are the people that are saying yes? Okay.
Then Roy.
Yep.
Karen. Chris. Lacria. Crystal. Marcus.
Come on.
Andrea.
Come on.
Prince.
Come on.
George.
Come on.
Quentin.
Come on.
Tia.
Okay, everybody calm down. Everybody calm down. Listen to me. I want you to receive those things you've been. First thing you need to know is God wants you to have it. That's the first thing you need to write down. God wants you to have it. He wants you to experience it. He wants you to receive it. Write that down. Those pure things, those beautiful things that you want for yourself. For some of you, it might be a home. For some of you, it might be a family one day. For some of you, it might be to get married. For some of you, it might be to start a business. Like those things that you want, those things that you desire, those pure things that you're like, man, I really do want this. Just know something, that God would not give you those ideas if he was not capable of providing it for you. And God would not tease you with great things if he would not equip you and does not have the desire to bless you. So the first thing you got to realize is that it is possible for you to receive those things. Here's the second thing I want to share with you. You deserve to receive those things. I don't know who I'm talking to. You should receive those things. You deserve to receive those things that you're looking to receive. You deserve to receive it. Now, it's not going to just all of a sudden come, but I'm telling you, we're going to set the table. We're going to set the foundation the right way. You deserve to have it. You deserve to receive it. Let's just first start with that right there. Now you got to ask yourself, you know you deserve it. You know you should receive it. You know God wants it for you. Now you got to ask yourself, how come you haven't received it yet? Could it be that you haven't made space for it? Could it be that you don't have the capacity to receive emotional capacity, mental capacity, spiritual capacity, integral capacity? Is that a word? I was trying to say like integrity, right? Integral capacity? Like, do you have the capacity to receive it? There are certain things that God was like, son, I'm holding back from you because you're not spiritually ready for it. You're not mature enough for it. Your character is not strong enough for it. Y'all, I don't know. Connie, I don't think they know they got a real one tonight.
You a real one.
I don't know. Maybe they think like I'm just kind of just, listen to me. I'm telling you for myself, God is just like, son, you're not ready for 85 million. You ain't ready for 42 million just yet. Your character can't. You know what I'm saying? Like emotionally, spiritually, you're not ready for that yet. So you're not ready to receive it because you haven't even released enough. So let me just rewind. I want to tell you a story. When me and Tracy was first married, this is probably 2 years in. Y'all know I've been doing dope stuff. Probably 2 years into our marriage, we built our house, and there were 2 rose bushes. Actually 3 rose bushes outside the house that the builder planted. And so, we didn't choose them. It was just 3 rose bushes. They were, decent size, but after a few years, they was like really blooming. And then like the 3rd year, they didn't really bloom as much. And then the 4th year came, and each bush went from having like 40 to 50 roses to like maybe a dozen. And I remember Tracy was just like, how come you haven't, like, what's up with this rose bush? Like, you put some cheap rose bushes here? Like, I was like, first off, boo, like, that ain't on me. Like, I ain't go and pick these out like the builder put it. And she was kind of like, well, why the roses not coming back? Like, it's like, I thought this was evergreen. I was like, yeah, it is. And so I was like, I don't know. I'm going to go to Home Depot or Lowe's and figure it out. So I went to Home Depot, Lowe's. And I was like, hey, I got these rose bushes. I believe the builder got them from y'all. You know what I'm saying? But they not really growing. Should I put some extra fertilizer? And they was like, you really shouldn't need no fertilizer when it comes to these rose bushes. Like, they're pretty hardy, right? So they're not going to bloom during the winter, but they should come back during spring and really bloom. I'm like, well, they ain't blooming. You know what I'm saying? And so they was just like, okay, well, have you been pruning them? And I see, that's the problem. That's the problem. You're not even listening to me. I'm sitting here talking to you about a rose bush. You asking me about prunes. They was like, sir, I'm not asking you about prunes, sir. I'm asking you, have you pruned them? I'm like, what are you talking about? They like kind of laughed at me. They was like, pruning is a process in which you have to trim you know what I'm saying, the rose bush, because that plant, that vegetation, it's like the nutrients are going to things that aren't like bearing fruit like that. So I was like, help me understand. So they showed me like these little seersucker, these little cutter things. So they was like, when you got to go in all these thorns and all these extra branches and some of these different extensions, like you want to prune those, you want to trim those. And so I was just like, okay. And so they was just like, once you do that, the water, the nutrients that's going to the plant, up absorbed through the roots, up through the branches, and go into the actual row, it's gonna help it bloom more. Do y'all know what I did? Y'all, I bought them little cutters and I went through and I pruned that rose bush. When I tell y'all within 3 weeks, that sucker was like blot out. And I was like, wow. And then God took me to the word of God in John 15 that talks about, and I don't have time to break it down now, but that's why you gotta eat the word so we can be here and you can be here. The word of God says that the God the Father is the husbandman or gardener, and Jesus is the vine, right? And so he's like, if you remain in me and I remain in you, you know what I'm saying, abide in me and you will bear much fruit, but apart from me, you can do nothing. So the Bible literally says in John chapter 15 that Jesus is the gardener, God the Father is the gardener, Jesus is the vine, and we're the branches connected to the vine. And as long as we stay connected to the vine, we're gonna bear much fruit. But it says, but apart from me, you can do nothing. Then the word of God says, later on in that chapter, a few verses later, the word of God actually says that God, the husbandman, the gardener, cuts off the branches that are bearing fruit. It prunes it so that it can be even more fruitful. So the gardener will come in and say, look at this vine, and look at these branches, and look at what it's producing. I'm gonna prune it so it can be even more fruitful. Like, this is really, like, listen to me, y'all. I'm reading what the word of God says versus what I actually experienced with like an actual plant. And now, if that plant could talk, if that rose bush could talk, that rose bush would say, oh, why are you trimming me? That rose bush would say, oh, why are you taking from me? That rose bush would say, hey, why are you cutting me? That rose bush would say, hey, why are you hurting me like this? Like, if the rose bush could talk, it would be like, hey, this is not good. I'm not feeling it. You know what I'm saying? But the rose bush is not, it can't talk. It doesn't really know, but we know. So sometimes you feel like, man, God, you were taking stuff away from me. And it's just like, I'm not trying to have you take away from me. You know what I'm saying? But God is just like, I gotta prune you so you can be even more fruitful. So my first thing for you, right? You understand, you've identified now that, okay, God wants me to have it and I deserve to have it. How come I have not received it? Have I made the space for it? You might need to go, you might feel like God is taking you through a pruning process where he's like, I've got to trim some things from you. I've got to trim some things away from your character. I've got to trim some things away from your life. I've got to prune you so that you can be even more fruitful. He wants that for you. All right, so let me just tell you, let me give you a walk down memory lane. For me, I was moving work, selling drugs, selling weed by the pound, was running 2 nightclubs, promoting parties, pulling kick doors, like living a wild, reckless lifestyle. Was not this man of purpose, this man of God that you see today, right? And when I surrendered my life to Christ and I got baptized October 17, 2009, I just had my 15-year anniversary of walking with God, right? So 15 years, October 17, 2009, I get baptized, I hit the reset button, I come back to Christ. And from there, it's like I stopped doing all the things I was doing, AKA I released it. I released the drugs. I released the alcohol. I released the porn. I released the clubs. I released the sleeping around. I released the pack of Newports a day I was smoking. Right? Like all the stuff I was doing, I released it. I said, you know what? And what did I receive, right? I starved the flesh and then I fed the spirit. God began to pour into me. And he was just like, now I'm going to give you my anointing. Now I'm going to give you a fresh word. Now I'm going to give you opportunity to speak. Now I'm going to give you purpose. I had to release in order to receive. So my friends are like, yo, Jay, bruh, you going to this church to speak, you going to that church to speak, then you going to schools to speak. Like, man, you got blessed with a wife. Man, y'all eventually built a house. Man, you were elder at your church. My partners is literally looking at me like, bruh, how did you get to, man, God has just blessed you. But here's the reality. I didn't just say, hey, God, I kind of want to rock with you, but I kept everything else. I released the cigarettes. I released the drugs. I released the alcohol. I released the fornication. I released the sleeping around. Like all the negative stuff that I was doing when I was abusing my body and my own heart, like I released all of that and was like, I'm not that person no more. And so it's like I got a blank canvas and God was like, now I can paint you. Now I can mold you to who I want you to be. I released. So some of you need to ask yourself, so I made space. So though I released a whole bunch of things, I received the anointing, I received the spirit, I received favor, I received opportunities, I got married, we built a house. Now let me tell you something here. Just because you surrender to God and go all in don't mean everything's gonna be perfect. Some of y'all gonna surrender your life to God, you're gonna go all in, you're gonna go around the corner and it's gonna be heartache, it's gonna be tests, it's gonna be trials, it's gonna be very challenging. Let me be clear. Right? I can't even go into all the painful stuff I had to go through the ordeal, but when you look at the holistic picture of it, I had to release a lot of things to make way to receive. And then, because some of you all are looking at the stages I've been on, I tell you all the time, don't covet my stages. Covet the sacrifices I've made. Don't covet the checks I get. Covet the commitment I've made. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the difference. Like, don't covet the stages, covet the sacrifices. Like, that's the difference right there. You know what I'm saying? And so for me, Tracy and I, we both quit our jobs. We're doing this work. You know what I'm saying? That alone was the catalyst for me to shift. Because we both had great jobs. We both had great incomes. 6 figures, we was doing well. She worked for the government. I worked for a technology school called Wyotech. Like we was both doing our thing, very comfortable living below our means, couple vacations a year. Like we you know what I'm saying, nice little savings account. But guess what happened? When I answered the call and God was like, I got more for you. God was like, I want you to travel. I want you to speak. I'm going to use you across the globe. Like you right here, you local. I'm about to take you global. But God was like, but give me that safety. He said, no, give me that community. He was like, no, I mean, give me that guarantee. Yep, give me that check. That's what God was saying. God was like, no, give me that. Like, give me that comfort that you're holding on to. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I want to get from you. And so for me, y'all got me sweating now. And so for me, I got to a point where I was like, you know what? I'm going to release it. So again, there's been a pattern in my life of releasing in order to receive. So now I had to release that job. I had to release the 401k, the healthcare, the benefits, the retirement plan. Like I had to release the salary and my wife released it. But as we released it, it's like we opened us up to be able to receive the abundance and the overflow that God was going to give us. And I could tell you story after story, time after time again, experience after experience, when I was able to release in order to receive. So now for you, because I don't want to be that person. I don't want to be that teacher, speaker, preacher, inspirator, motivator that just tells you to do something. It's like, no, I'm practicing what I preached. I'm not telling you what I read in the book, except for the good book when you read John chapter 15, but it's really rich. I mean, it literally says that God the Father is the gardener or the husbandman, depending on the translation. Jesus is the vine, and we are the branches. If we abide in him, stay connected to him, and he's connected to us, we'll bear much fruit, but apart from him, we can do nothing. And then it actually goes and says, he'll prune those who are connected to him so that they can bear even more fruit. But if we choose not to abide in him and he doesn't abide in us, then we are separated. We're like branches that's broke off, withers, and dies. Those branches are only good to go into the fire and burn. But that sounds really negative. But here's the reality. It's an analogy, y'all. If I've got a plant and I break off one of the branches, it's only a matter of time before it dies because it's not connected to the power source. But then he says, but if you abide in me and my word abide in you, ask for whatever you wish, and it shall be done to you. So he's giving a warning, like, but if you abide in me and my word abides in you, ask for whatever you wish, and it shall be done unto you. So I'm moving with a different type of energy now. Let me tell you how the prayer can I tell you how the spiritual release God has given me? The prayer, G-Money, the prayer I've been praying now. Watch this, y'all. I'm like, God, the things that break your heart, let it break my heart. Every single morning I'm praying like, man, God, the things that get you excited, let that get me excited. The things that make you smile, make me smile. The things you despise, help me to despise it. Give me an appetite for what you want from me. I'm asking God, make me a righteous man. I'm asking because I'm naturally in the flesh a monster. I'm trying to go get it. I'm like, God, make me a righteous man. Help me to be a man of character, a man of integrity, because naturally I'm wired to do my own thing. And I don't even trust myself, God. So can you just help me? Can you give me a desire for purity? Can you give me a desire for righteousness? Can you give me a desire for love? Can you help me be more patient? Can you help me be more empathetic? Can you help me be more like you? Because right now I'm on some me stuff, but I don't want to be like me. I want to be like you. I tried it my way and it wasn't working. I tried it Yahweh's. Everything changed. So this is the prayer I'm in my state, with all the success I've been able to amass. In my state, I'm still praying that prayer. I'm like, God, I want what you want from me, not what I want from me. So that's a hack. In case y'all are looking like, yo, Jay, you out here moving. I'm like, yeah, I'm doing some things, you know what I'm saying? Because all I do is win because I'm with the Most High, even when it looks like I'm failing. Even when I get devastated news, even when my heart feels like it's broken, he's building something inside my spirit. Even when I feel like I've been pushed aside, he's really building me up. You know what I'm saying? Like, God, you know what I'm saying? Like, let me tell you something. The enemy thought he had him. When he was in the grave, for them 3 days, he was like, got him. But on Sunday morning, he's like, nah, I got you, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, I told death to behave. I serve the God that told death to behave. I serve the God that has the last word. I serve the God that will have the last laugh. Like, that's the God I serve, and I move with that type of energy. So for me, my whole life, I've just been like to a point now where I'm like, God, I'm going to release so I can receive whatever you have for me. But in order for me to receive it, I got to release that mindset. Do y'all know I've muted some people? Oh, y'all not hearing me. I don't know if I should even keep it 100, G-Money. Y'all, I done had to mute some people. And I don't unfollow, because when you unfollow, people feel like, why you unfollow me is weird. I'm going to just mute you, because your page is a distraction. Oh, they not here. Y'all not hearing me. I'm the most vulnerable. You ain't going to come across a more vulnerable coach than me. I'm muting people. I'm like, I need to release distractions so I can receive the full love that Tracy has for me. Y'all better stop playing with me. What am I telling you, beloved? Stay the course, but do a full audit of you internally so you can see where you are, what you got going on, how you moving. There are going to be some times that God is going to prune you. There are going to be some things that he is going to take away from you. There are going to be some relationships that he is going to take away from you. There are going to be some situations and opportunities that he is going to take away from you. It is not to punish you. It is to prepare you. It is to propel you. Sometimes he'll have to pull you back, pull you back, pull you back. You heard the little analogy, right? But when you let go, that thing shoots off, right? Like, but that's just temporary. So when you cry, know he's crying. When you hurt, know he's hurting. Weeping happens at nighttime, but the sun is going to come out. Joy will come in the morning. The earth ain't gonna never stop rotating around the sun. The sun is going to rise. It might be overcast. It might be cloudy. It ain't gonna be like that forever. But you have to ask yourself now, like, man, God, you were taking, some of you, I hope some of y'all have been, I want some of y'all to put relieved in the chat. If you feel like that's why God took this away, that's why I had to lose my job. That's why this door closed. That's why this relationship went haywire. Just put relieved in the chat and say a few names, G-Money. I just want to make sure I am ministering and talking to a few of y'all, and a few of y'all do feel like, nah, Jay, you ain't just sweating in that hoodie talking to this Nikon camera, like you talking specifically to me.
Me?
There we go. Yep.
Stacy Jones,
Yep.
Ben Roy, Shoni, Jody.
Okay. So look, so some of you've been feeling like, man, God, it's like you're taking a lot from me. It's like things not quite working out. His plan is perfect. But then some of you, there are going to be some things, there are going to be some doors you're going to have to shut yourself. There are going to be some things that you're going to have to do for yourself. There are going to be some things there are going to be some situations that you're going to have to tweak yourself. Like there are going to have to be some doors that you're going to have to close yourself. There are going to have to be some no's that you're going to have to say yourself. So now I'm actively like, okay, God, you're going to remove and prune some things, but like, what is my offering to you? You got to release in order to receive. Abraham was so close to God. God was like, Abraham, even though you're 100-something, you're going to have descendants. You're going to look up like the stars in the sky. Him and his wife, Sarai, was like, what? I'm going to have, Sarah was like, I'm about to have, what? I'm so old, we can't even have kids. Like, and God gave him a son. Well, I ain't going to get into how he tried to fabricate it and create one on his own, but he gave him a son with his wife and then was like, let me get that. He just wanted to see if he was even willing. Let me get that. And I'm going somewhere here, and y'all got to read the story of Abraham, right? It's a very profound story. Somebody should write a book about it. But this son, he's over 100 years old. This son he's been praying for, this son that God promised him, I'm going to give him. And not only am I going to give you a son, but his lineage. He's going to have wives, and they're going to have all these descendants like that's going to look up like the stars in the sky. Like God literally said, I'm going to do that for him. And Abraham believed him. And then God was like, all right, now do me a favor. Your son is 11, 12, however old he is. I want you to go take a trip. I want you to take your son with you, take a few servants with you, pack up this donkey and some food, pack up some wood, and then I want you to build an altar, and I want you to sacrifice your son for me. Man, listen to me. I hope y'all listen to me. Imagine this. Imagine this now. God is just like, yeah, give me your son. Give him to me now. And so what does Abraham do? Heartbroken? Distraught? It's like, God, you want me to give you my son? What does he do? He calls his servants. He says, hey, son, we're about to take a trip. Pack the donkey. Get some rocks, some stone, get some leaves, get some twigs, get some branches. Like, we're going to build the altar. Like, we're going to go and worship God. We're going to take this trip. And then tells his wife, honey, we'll be back. But knowing in the back of his mind, like, I got to sacrifice my son. And so long story short, he gets there and he ties his son up, and his son is willing, which is mind-blowing because my kids be fighting me over ice cream. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wish I would try to tie Jewel up. She jumped on my back the other night, G-Money. Kinda, she about broke my back. I'm like, boo-boo, she 12. She 100-something pounds. I wish I would try to tie Jewel up. Jewel finna be like, bro, if you don't get this thing off me. But thus says the Lord. She like, he ain't said that to me. She will tell you that in a quick. You can't go to my daughter and say, God said this. She's like, I talked to God. You know what I'm saying? So listen. He ties his son up, puts him on the altar, and right when he's about to strike, an angel, don't harm your son. God spared him, ran him in the thicket. Long story short, but he was willing. His heart posture was willing to release. Are you following me here? He was willing to release in order to receive. He was just like, you know what? You said this was true. You said I was going to have a lineage, like maybe it's through another son. Maybe you're going to find another way. Like maybe you're going to work a miracle. Maybe you're going to raise him from the dead. I don't know, but I'm going to release it. I am willing to give you this thing that I love so much. I'm willing to give you this thing that I'm coveting so much. I'm willing to give you this thing that I've been waiting so long for. I'm willing to give you this thing that I cherish so much. I've been willing to give you this thing that I made an idol. I've been willing to give you this thing that I've been worshiping. He's literally like, I want to hold on to this thing. I don't want to let this thing go. I don't want to release it, but I want you more. And I want to receive what you got from me. So if I got to take this dagger, if that's what I got to do, I'm willing to release in order to receive. And God said, but wait, that's not even my character. Because you come from the Chaldeans. You come from a tribe and a group of people that was doing human sacrificing. So this was actually the norm. But I'm actually going to stop you because that's not what we do in my kingdom. That's not how we operate. So a lot of people feel like, oh, that was God testing Abraham. God know the future. That was God showing Abraham who his character really is. And if you could just release. If you could just say, you know what, God, here it is. Have you ever seen that graphic? I should have gave you this graphic, Jerry. I didn't even think about it. And if G-Money finds it online or something, but it's a graphic of a little Caucasian Jesus. And he's sitting here and he's asking a little girl. He's asking the little girl for the teddy bear that she has. Now she's got this cute small little teddy bear and he's asking her for her. But what she don't see behind his back is a super big teddy bear. It is such a reflective image. We might have it for you in a minute. That's what I feel like releasing is. And so I'm at a point now, I'm like, man, God, whatever you want me to release, so I can, because I know you want more from me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know you have more for me. I know you want to give me more. Like, I know that, right? So I'm going to release. So it's like, whatever you're asking me for, I'm going to give it to you because you're not in the business of hurting. You're not in the business of taking away. You're not in the business of making me look crazy. You're in the business of providing. That's why you're Jehovah Jireh, my provider. Like, you're in the business of that. You're in the business of taking care. You're in the business of providing. You're in the business of offering provision. You're in the business of offering protection. You're in the business of offering peace. You are the Prince of Peace. Like, that's what you're in the business of doing. So if I'm in a hard spot, if I'm in a weird place, it's not like you trying to take nothing from me. This is just you saying, hey, just trust me with this here. Do you trust me with your life? So I'm letting you know, beloved, like, y'all be looking at me like I'm a regular dude trying to figure things out, but I got to a point where I was like, you know what? I want to release in order to receive. So now God's like, let me get that. I don't want to be that little girl, that little kid holding on to that little small teddy bear when I'm like, I serve a big God. If you're asking me for this, and you know how much joy this brings my life, you know how much happiness this brings me, you know how excited I get when I'm around. Like, if you know how much I love this and you're asking me for it, it's not because you want me to feel bad. It's not because you want to hurt me. You must have something better for me. That's the energy right there. We got the image. Ooh, put that thing up on the screen. Come on, y'all. Come on, y'all. He a Hispanic. He a Hispanic Jesus. Hey, a Puerto Rican. You know what I'm saying? He like, just trust me. But I love it, God. And she got no clue. He got the biggest teddy bear with the red velvet rope. That's the God I serve. So now when God is like, yo, let me get that, I'm like, man, you can have it. Because I know you want more from me. I know you want to provide more for me. But you have to release in order to receive. So there are some things that you personally might have to look at your life and say, you know what? I should probably let this go. You know what? I should probably make this pivot. You know what? I should probably do something else. Like, you might have to, you know what I'm saying? Like, you might have to look and say, you like, you know what? I've been trying to hold on to this, but let me release this. Nope, let me just put this out there. Like, that's the energy in which you need to have. Like, God, I'm gonna release it, and so I can get more from you. Every aspect. Let me tell you something. God will want you to release good and bad. I released a whole bunch of negative, toxic stuff, and he blessed me with some stuff. And here's the crazy thing. The same stuff he blessed me with, eventually he was like, let me get that. He's like, let me get that job. I'm like, God, I literally, like, a year ago was testifying at church, like, how good you was because you gave me this great career, and I got a 401k and healthcare and benefits, and now you an Indian giver? He's like, son, I need you to say, the Lord giveth and the Lord taketh away. Blessed be the name of the Lord. They're not hearing me tonight, G Money. Lord have mercy. God was like, yes, son, I might give it. I might give, and I might take it away. Can your posture be, blessed be the name of the Lord? That's what Job said. The Lord giveth and the Lord taketh away. Blessed be the name of the Lord. So God was like, yes, I did give you that. I need to stand up. God was like, I did give you that thriving career. I did give you that great salary. I did give you that health care and benefits. I did give that to you. Like, I did. I did give that to you. But let me get that back. But I'm not taking it back just because I want to be mean. I'm taking it back because I got greater for you. Because now what you make in a year, I'm going to give you in a month. Big teddy bear, small teddy bear. Come on, it's your choice. He's just like, I want to give it to you, but what I have for you is actually better. We serve the God of better. We serve the God that wants to do more for you. We serve the God that will exceed your expectations. That's the God I serve. Let me speak for myself. But for you believers, like, that's a fundamental thing. Give, and it shall be given unto you, pressed down, shaken together, running over, more than enough, the overflow. It's a basic philosophy. It's like even investing. You invest in a good place, you get back a return on it. You have to release in order to receive. There are people right now that's going absolutely crazy over Bitcoin and cryptocurrency because they released money years ago and now their account went high. And I know it's volatile, it goes up and down. There are people that invested in the stock market. You know, there are people that invested in themselves and the return they get back is greater. You have to release in order to receive. And for me, in my family, we're in a place now where I'm like, what it was I got to release? For you, it might be something financially. It might be a relationship. It might be a luxury. It might be something that's not good for you. It might be something that you outgrew. I don't know. Just be praying to God like, God, make it real. I be praying to God like, God, I'm kind of slow. Just make it super simple for me. Like, I don't want to overcomplicate it. I'm really not trying to have to fast and pray for 3-4 days. You feel me, Jerry? Just tell me. I'll fast and pray if I need to. Can you just tell me what you want me to do? Like, that's the energy in which I move with, right? So I hope that little short message, you know what I'm saying, was a blessing to you. I'm in a place in my life now where I'm like, you know what, God, I know you have great things for me, and I want to put myself in a position where I can receive everything that you have for me. And so I've just learned over the years I have to release in order to receive so that I can make room for it. So I can make room for it. Listen to me, y'all. Even our company, our company, I gave them 4 words. I said, this is our goal. This is our goal. Do less, more success. 2025 as a company, do less, more success. Because we did a lot this year. And we had plans until I exited to do even more. Next year, do less will equal more success. Do less will make more money. Do less, you know what I'm saying, will be more profitable. Do less will generate more revenue. Like, do less, more success. So I'm releasing, like, okay, I was gonna do a whole bunch of things. I'm not gonna do all those things. I'm gonna release some of those ideas. Like, hear me and hear me clearly. Do an audit in your personal life and just say, okay, God, I'm making some moves. I'm trying to speak. I'm trying to do my thing. But it's not quite hitting the way I want, or it's not quite working out. And this relationship is kind of weird, and I'm in a weird space. Like, man, give it to the Lord. You know what I'm saying? Give it to the Lord and say, okay, God, this is where I am right now. Like, what adjustments do you want me to make? And just watch what he does. But just know that love and excitement and success and wealth is your portion at the right time, though. And I feel like for you and I, as long as we're mindful to say, God, I'm going to release. Because sometimes we want to hold on to things that's from a whole nother season. God is like, oh, pour that milk out, boo-boo. That milk is spoiled. That's going to make you sick. You sitting here trying to consume that. Pour that out. You give me that little salt. You got that little moldy, little nasty teddy bear. Let me get that. Let me get that little moldy, nasty teddy bear. They got germs on it. You know what I'm saying? One of them little kids at your school and sneezed on it. I got this whole big old fluffy teddy bear for you. So to every fella that's watching me, to every lady that's watching me, to every person that's listening to me right now, trust me on this. You're not always going to understand it. You're not always going to like it. But oftentimes those things we holding on to that we don't want to let go, those are things that we are idolizing. And God is like, yeah, let me get that. Thou shalt have no other gods before me. Nobody else comes before me. And God is like, if you seek me and my kingdom and my righteousness, all these things you need will be added unto you. So that's my message tonight to y'all tonight. You know, that's a formula in which I've lived by in business. You know what I'm saying? Not just, you know, I be praying, but I be praying, but I also be investing. I be writing that check. I be sending that wire. Like, I'm quick to give and put out because I know what I'm gonna get back. Sometimes the return is 2x. Sometimes the return is 10x. But I'm just putting myself in a position where I'm quick to give so it can come back to me. Because I like it when it come back. G-Money, when it come back pressed down and it's shaking together and it's running over, like, I like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the energy in which I'm moving with. And I hope you'll do the same. All right, let's tackle some of these questions. We got some questions?
Yes. Matthew Gilmite wants to know, how did God speak to you to start your own business? Was it a dream or did you always want to do it?
Matthew, what's up, man? First off, man, you have a beautiful family, my brother. So, man, God bless you, bro. So how did God speak to me to start my business? So it was weird. Long story short, I was a wild, reckless lifestyle, get rebaptized, give my life to Christ, and a few opportunities became to come my way. Someone in my local church was like, you should share your story, your testimony. I was like, okay. Then another youth church asked me to preach. And then a youth convocation. It's like by my 4th time, it was a school, and it just kind of happened. And I did that speaking for churches and schools here or there, maybe 2-3 times a month. After the first year, it started to pick up a little bit. And then I was at a middle school, and I was speaking. And after I got done with my speech, all the kids ran out. I was high-fiving all the kids. The energy was high, but there was one little girl left behind, crying, red hair, freckles. I'll never forget her face. And she was just like, "Thank you. You saved my life." And long story short, she was planning on committing suicide. But they caught her trying to leave school. They made her come to the assembly. She heard my message, and she decided she wanted to live. And I think, Matthew, at that point there, I'd already had thoughts of speaking. But if I can be, all right, thank you, Matthew. I see why God had you ask that question. Because I just make it seem like I just decided to just release. It was always on my heart and my mind. But honestly, Matthew, man, that guaranteed check hit different, bro. That makes sense, bro. Let me know the chat that you picking up what I'm putting down. Like that guaranteed check, that health care, that benefits, that Blue Cross Blue Shield insurance, like that, it was a comfort level. And so I was just like, I kind of want to still work, but then kind of speak on the side, God. But when I met that little girl, and she was in tears, and she said, "I want to live now, and I'm not going to try to take my life." And I connected her with the counselor, and she got the help she needed. Like, I realized, like, yo, this is so much bigger than me. And then to confirm it, my wife was just like, not only will I support you quitting your job, but I'm going to quit my job too and go all in. And so that's how we kind of knew, or that's how I knew that this is what God told me to do, because my wife's love language is stability, okay? So the fact that she was like, I'm willing to quit my job to do this was pretty mind-blowing. So I hope that was helpful, man. Thank you for that question. What else we got?
All right. Reba Rice Portwood would like to know, I want to love God like that, trust him like that. What or how did you do it?
Man, Reba, great question. Good job on that too, Jerry. I see what you did there. You gave me a minute, you know what I'm saying, to get together. I see you, my boy. So Reba, I'll say this here. Small steps. Reba, you might suffer from something I've suffered from. It's called spiritual amnesia. You know what spiritual amnesia is, Reba? Spiritual amnesia is in 2016. I was like, God, I really need something to come through for me. And then he comes through for me. And I'm telling everybody, God came through, and I'm in tears. And then a few weeks later, I'm in another crisis. And I'm like, oh, I don't know what's going to happen. And I'm all stressed out. And God is like, didn't I take care of you in 2016? So if you really look closely, Reba, the reality is God has a really successful track record. Because after everything you've gone through, you're still here. He's still providing for you. So you say, I want to love God like that. Trust him like that. What or how do I do it? For me, I've just had to recall my memory. For me, it was just recollection, if that makes sense. For me, it was just like, you know what? You've provided for me in the past. You've taken care of me in the past. My situation might not be ideal. What they say, I might not be where I want to be, but praise God, I'm not where I used to be. So I began to move with that energy, Reba, and I just began to see God's hand in every aspect of my life. I began to see God's handprint in every step of my life, even in the dark seasons and dark moments and very challenging times when I felt alone. And I sit back later, I said, oh man, you was with me. You didn't swoop in right away, but you was with me. You guided me. You got me through that, and I grew through that. So I would just say, Reba, I believe you already have a relationship with God. The fact that you want to love God like that and you want to trust him like that, just sit back and say, God, should I really trust you? And I believe that when you look at it, because he is faithful, you will see time and time again, over and over again, he has come through and taken care and provided for you. And it's proof because you're still here. Now, that don't mean bad things not going to happen. So somebody can't say, well, where was God when this person molested me? Or where was God when my loved one died in a car accident? Or where was God when I got laid off? Like, we live in a messed up world. But the reality is God kept you because you're still here. He got you through whatever you were going through. And so my prayer for you is that you will, as you look closely, you will see God's hand in every aspect and every step of your life. Thank you for that question. What else we got?
All right, Jasmine just got asked to deliver the keynote for a nursing pinning ceremony next month. She wants to know any tips.
And then she said, don't worry, the NLSA gonna see me next year for sure. I like that energy, Jasmine. Kennedy, great job. So you just got asked to deliver the keynote for a nursing pinning ceremony next month. So I don't know how long is your keynote, because a pinning ceremony, that sounds like it's kind of like a graduation. Typically, the average commencement speech is about 10 to 15 minutes, right? And so if you feel like, you got about 10 to 15 minutes, like, or they might say, no, this is a nurse's pinning ceremony, and I'm gonna be speaking for a whole 45 minutes. Here, the heart of nurses, they are served. They serve. They're servants. And they like, you know what I'm saying? So they got a heart posture of service. And so I think as you share with them, you want to affirm them. Write that down, Jasmine. You want to affirm them for being so supportive, so loving, and so selfless. You want to thank them for their service. You want to thank them for their commitment. You want to really make sure that they realize, you know what I'm saying, how special you are. I don't know, Jasmine, if you can make it personal. I don't know if you've ever have a loved one in the hospital, or maybe you were in the hospital, you deal with some health challenges. Do you have a story of when a nurse just helped walk you through it and help calm you down and help you get through that season? Or maybe you saw that nurse like help somebody else. Like, if you could find a way of making that personal so that you can share that message, that story, that will be rich. The last thing I'll share with you is you want to also, with every speech I give, I want to affirm, I want to support, I want to applaud, I want to congratulate, I want to acknowledge, but I also want to challenge. And so I want you to challenge them during that pinning service, is to say, here we go. This is going to make it a well-rounded, holistic message. While you out here taking care of everybody else, make sure you take care of yourself. Oh, yeah. Oh, Jasmine, you got 5 or 7 minutes, so yeah, that's perfect. So you can really get right to it. You just say, hey, y'all are great. Thank y'all for what you do. This is amazing. Congratulate them. That's another thing. So don't just thank them for signing up to be nurses and going to school and going through the program, but you should also congratulate them for all the hard work. But the last thing is you want to challenge them to take care of them. Because you tell them, like, you would be your own lifelong patient. You know what I'm saying? So I would say get jazzy with it, hit them with something like that, but you want to be the patient. You want to let them know, like, you're going to have one patient for the rest of your life, and that's you. So make sure, if you love yourself, I'm going to give it to you here, Jasmine, the same love and care that you share with your patients, how dare you not show that same love and care to you? Remind them, Jasmine, what Maya Angelou said. I don't trust people who don't love themselves. Because how can you love me if you don't first love yourself? That's different. So I hope that was helpful. All right, let me get a few more.
Akia wants to know, what energy should I have while I wait for the return?
That's a good question. Gratitude. Yep, gratitude, service. But the waiting part is tricky. I'm gonna get there in just a minute, but you should have an attitude of gratitude. You should have energy of gratitude, energy of service. And I believe you have that, Akia. I think the next step for you now is to say, what should I be doing while I'm waiting? So the energy is, you keep your heart the same. But I would be interested to say, okay, if I did an audit, Akia, if I sit down and said, okay, we sit down for an hour, and I said, okay, tell me what you've been doing in your business this last year. I know you're waiting for the return, but what have you been doing this last year? I would probably have some advice or tips to give you. So some people's energy while they're waiting should be, let me make sure that the moves I'm making is the right move. It's like if I'm waiting at a bus stop and I'm waiting for the bus still ain't came, let me check and make sure I'm at the right bus stop. Does that make sense? Come on, somebody talk to me, right? I hope that hit for you. Like some of y'all are like, okay, I'm waiting, but the bus ain't came yet. Well, while you're waiting, are you in the right place? Are you waiting at the right bus stop? Are you on the right street? Like, is this the right timing? Like, It's going to come eventually. Let's just make sure you're in the best position to jump on the bus. And so what energy you should have while you're waiting for the return is get coaches, get with your mentors. Hey, coach, hey, mentor, this is what I've been doing to grow my business. This is where I'm at. This is what's been working. This is what hasn't been working. And then we can reverse engineer it, because it might be that God is waiting on you to get the proper instruction. Or it could be like, be still. Me and you might have a conversation, Nakia, and let's jump on the phone in the next couple of days. But me and you might have a conversation, and I might say, man, I ain't got nothing else for you, sis. Just stay the course and take care of yourself and keep on healing and take care of your health, and it's only a matter of time. Or I might say, oh yeah, you need to start doing this. And why did you stop that? I might say, and why did you, and this, if this worked for you, how come you didn't double down on that? How come you didn't triple your efforts there? Or you did that for a few months, or you should have took this approach. Like, so sometimes, the details can be a game changer. But here's the great thing. Here's the good news for you, Akia. You got my direct cell number. So call me. Let's jump on the phone the next couple of days. You feel me, G Money? She got direct access to your boy. I got you too. All right, what else we got? Let me knock out maybe 2, 3 more.
Charles wants to know, how often did you feel prepared before taking the next step in your business?
Charles, what's up, my brother? How often did I feel prepared before taking the next step in my business? I don't know. I don't think I've ever been asked that question. There are some times when I'm taking the next step and I'm like, okay, I'm ready. But then I get into it and I'm realize like, okay, I was ready, but it didn't quite happen like I wanted. You know what I'm saying? Like switching from educational to corporate, like it didn't happen just like I wanted, like how I thought it was going to be. So I was prepared for it. I had all the stuff in place. It didn't just take off the way I thought it would. So the same thing you might be dealing with, it's like everybody, ain't nobody above it. Everybody's in a season of trying to figure out that next level. And so there were some seasons when I felt like I wasn't prepared, and there were some where I felt like I was prepared. Like quitting my job, going all in, I felt like I was prepared in faith, I was prepared in spirit, and I was prepared financially, but I wasn't prepared. I didn't have the demand. I didn't have the people beating down my door to book me. I was averaging maybe 2, 3 gigs a month. I was doing okay for myself. So there are some seasons when I felt prepared, some seasons when I went into a season ill prepared, some seasons I was super prepared, but just because you prepared don't mean that it's gonna work out perfectly. Just because you prepared don't mean the doors are gonna automatically open. There are some people that got all the degrees, they got the perfect resume, and they still don't get hired. They were prepared for that position. But then there are some people that was not prepared for it, and it's like a fluke, and they just ended up having it. Here's the reality, Charles. We say it all the time as believers. What God has for me is for me. Just believe that. But make sure you put yourself in the best position to receive that. All right, I hope that was helpful. Let me get 2 more.
Then Roy wants to know, how did you learn to work the stage while still staying engaged with your audience?
How did I learn to work the stage while still staying engaged? What's up, Roy? With my audience. For some people, Roy, it's easier than others. Some people are naturally gifted with it, and then some folks like me just got ADD and they hyper. So for me, I literally could be speaking, and I could see someone picking their nose, and I could be thinking like, oh my God, if you eat that, you taking me out. You taking me out. Right now, I literally can see somebody flirting. I literally can see so many different things happening while I'm giving a speech. And then I'm thinking mid-speech, like, oh my God, I wash my hands when I use the bathroom, but I don't remember closing my zipper. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, so listen to me, Vinroy. When I tell you, bro, I have been on stage with some wild thoughts. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy. So it's hard because it's like, you gotta work the stage, you got to work the crowd and engage with them while giving your message. And so it just takes practice. Long story short, bro, it just takes practice. And for me, I try to really, here's the important thing, is when you have the message here and you have the message here, you're good. When you got the message here and you got the message here, bro, you are good. Now you can be fully present. So for me, I like to be prepared. For me, I like to know what I'm talking about in and out, and what I'm sharing is true to me. So I ain't got to be out here capping and trying to come up with something I just read or just learned. Like, it's something I live every single day. So it's easy for me to be present because I can be present and I can talk to you. You know what I'm saying? And I can flow with right here where I am. So I would say for you, man, just to make it a matter of prayer you know what I'm saying, as you're working the stage and you're building with people and engaging with your audience. Because truth be told, working the stage and engaging with your audience is the same thing. You want to talk to the folks here, you want to connect here, you want to connect here. You want to get some response from them while you're flowing through your message. So it's just something, the more you do it, the more you feel comfortable. It's like the one kid that just first learned how to dribble. It's just like they just trying to dribble without losing the ball to control the ball. Then they trying to dribble without double dribbling. Then they can dribble like this. Then they can go through their legs. Then they can do all sorts of different things and get real creative with it. But then you do all of that, and then somebody put defense on you and they steal the ball. But then you get somebody that's so nice with it. It's like, no matter who, you can't guard me. Steph, I promise you, bro, when Steph Curry first trying to work the stage and work the audience and engage the people, they couldn't guard Steph. You know what I'm saying? They was taking the ball from Steph Curry. They can't guard Steph Curry now. He go through 2-3 defenders and take it to the hole. 2-3 defenders pass the ball, go to the wing, catch and shoot, right? Because he's got used to it. So sometimes, then, Roy, it's just reps, bro. The more you speak, the more you engage with the people, the more you work the audience, the more diverse your audiences are, the stronger you get, you flow. I can stand in front of stages now. Truth be told, the bigger the stage, the more energy it gives me. If I speak in front of 40,000 people, if I speak in front of 10,000 people, I'm more excited than speaking in front of 12. Actually, I'm at a point now, my anxiety can be kind of high. If I'm presenting to like 15 people and the energy low, it's just like, man, give me 15,000 people. I actually turn on when it's more people in the space. And so I think for you and others, it's just a matter of reps. The more you do it, the more fluid you get, the more comfortable you feel, the more amazing you'll be. Yeah. All right.
All right. Hi, this is Citrus. I want to know, when you have all the info and you watch the right mentors, but you still don't have consistent action, how do you get to where you take consistent action mindset?
Man, so that's a great question. And so I'll say this here. I'm glad that you realize that you don't take consistent action. I am proud of you. I don't know if y'all realize how major that is, but there are some people that will come on here. See, I like you. Citrus. There are some people, and I'm guessing that's how I pronounce your name, so forgive me. Whether it's Citrus. Hey, C. What up, C? I'm going to go with C. What up, C? Listen, let me say this to you. I love the fact that you didn't say, what about somebody that has all the info, they watch the right mentors, but it still doesn't work? I'm glad you didn't say that. You said, what about somebody that has all the info, has all the right mentors, but you still don't take consistent action? I want to take a moment and just acknowledge you, see, like the fact that you can own that. You feel me, Connie? The fact that that's a big deal. The fact that you realize, like, you know what? I'm not taking consistent action. How do you get to where you take consistent action mindset? So it really boils down to, how bad do you want it? I think it really boils down to, like, how important is this for you? Is this a priority? I once heard a few people say, it might have been E.T. and others that might say, there's no such thing as procrastination. It's just not a priority to you. So you might not be consistent because you don't want it bad enough. Maybe. I had a counseling session today with my counselor, Connie. And one thing she told me, she said, Jeremy, okay, yeah, you're disciplined. She was like, or maybe you just have a really strong willpower. She was like, maybe you just got a really strong willpower. And when there's something that you really want or you really need or you really want to do something for someone, nothing is going to stop you. So let me ask you, see, like you might ask us, you might say you're not consistent, but if I said, hey, if you do this consistent action, maybe it's watching a video, right? Maybe it's recording a piece of content and posting it. If I said, hey, as long as you do this every single day for 7 days in a row, your mom or that's on disability or your grandparents that need that retirement check, they're gonna hit that check's gonna hit their account. But if you take a day where you don't post that piece of content, your family and your kids don't eat that day and they have to fast that whole day. Well, that's important to you. So you finna be on top of it. But if you can just kind of do it and sometimes not do it when you don't feel like it, you know how many people are broke because they in their feelings? And I'm not even talking about like emotionally. They just don't feel like doing something. I've been off that. Somebody told me recently, do it, makes your heart happy. I'm like, my heart is evilly wicked. Who can know it? That's scary, Jerry. You feel me? Like I did scary Jerry. I'm like, don't, I'm not on that. I'm like, I gotta stay the course. And so without going too deep, you gotta ask yourself, like, what is it that you have to do to make sure that you are consistent? What is it that you gotta do? Like, how do you put that pressure on yourself? How do you hold yourself accountable? Maybe you found some accountability partners. Maybe you have some accountability friends. I'm not sure. You know, a community like ours, you tell 4 or 5 people in the community that you're going to do something and they're going to stay on top of you and make sure you do it right. But that's going to be the important thing, is to make sure that on a regular basis, you are holding yourself accountable. And so for me, that mindset just comes from just being disciplined, just really wanting it, just knowing like this is what it takes to be great. Because you can't be great if you can't be consistent. Just like that. We got another one. Let's go.
Healing, restoration, and transformation. I am a licensed counselor and coach that works with women that have experienced sexual assault and domestic violence. I already speak at shelters, churches, and podcasts. Where would you suggest I speak next?
First off, sis, thank you, for your question. And thank you for what you do for the women that have been experiencing those challenges and that trauma. You already speak for shelters, churches, and podcasts. Where would I suggest you speak next? So my first question, here's my few thoughts, is why are you looking to speak somewhere else? Or maybe it's like if you're saying like if you want to start speaking full time, or if you want to make an actual business or career out of it, or are you just saying that you want to be able to provide more value for more people? So in addition to shelters, churches, and podcasts. So let me say this here. Let's say it's the latter. Let's say that you're asking like, hey, Jeremy, I already speak at churches, shelters, and podcasts. Where would you suggest I speak next? Well, where are they asking you? You know what I'm saying? Like, where are they asking you to speak? You know what I'm saying? Like, are they asking you to come to a school? Are they asking you to do a nonprofit event? Are they asking you to do a community event? Right? I would say go to where they're asking for you. Go to whatever doors are opening up for you. Because if you're speaking at shelters and you're speaking at churches and you're jumping on people's podcasts, more opportunities are going to come. So while you're trying to identify and figure out your ideal target audience, sit back and say, okay, let me see what opportunities are coming my way. And then I can kind of look at what's coming my way and say, okay, these are the opportunities. These are the people that's rocking with me. This is my tribe, and kind of lock in from there. So that's what I would say do, is to try to find groups of people or organizations that's already booking you and say, okay, let me kind of write down this list. And so I would just say be more open. We would have to have a longer conversation so I can understand your messaging, the angle that you take. But if you're already a licensed counselor and coach and you're working with women and you're speaking at churches, shelters, and podcasts, because you don't want to go and say, ask more people. People are going to ask you. So I hope that was helpful. Like, keep it simple and just say, God, I'm available. Like, God, I'm available. God, 2025, I want you to send me so many more paces. Make it crystal clear. Is my audience churches? Is my audience podcasts? Or when I jump on podcasts, like, is it women empowerment overall? Like, and if that's the case, and your message is women overall, then you should continue to speak at churches, shelters, podcasts, different events. Before you know it, you be at SFS doing your thing. Like, you want to keep yourself open for those other opportunities. So I wouldn't say, all right, you should go here, you should go there next. Nah, look back and say, okay, who's trying to bring me in? Who wants me to add value to them, and go from there. All right, we got 2 more. 1 more. Yeah. All right, let's go.
Chris says, I've been feeling disconnected from myself and purpose a bit. What do you do to ground and reconnect?
What's up, Chris? So this one is tricky because this also depends on the individual person. So as I give you this answer, Chris, this is specifically for you, but it might be a little different from someone else. So you have to first ask yourself, why are you feeling disconnected from yourself and purpose a bit? Sometimes that disconnection can feel because things are not happening the way we want, because we're not getting the results in the time frame in which we would like or we needed to, or we feel like we're putting a lot of work in and then it's not bearing fruit. So that can be a very hard challenge, very challenging thing. One thing that entrepreneurs don't talk enough about, or people that speak to entrepreneurs don't talk enough about, is the insane amount of resiliency and drive that you have to have, right, to support your business, yourself, your dreams. So the first thing is to kind of ask yourself, like, okay, God, why am I feeling disconnected from myself? Let's start with there, because you said yourself and purpose a bit. So I'm gonna separate those two things, because the purpose is Chris Lacey, the speaker. You know what I'm saying? The community leader, you know what I'm saying? Like the one that's gonna come in and do workshops and gonna dominate the stage, you know what I'm saying? To light the world up when you grab that microphone and you put that smile and you start talking about mental health and you start feeding here and here. But then you got Chris Lacey, the wife, Chris Lacey, the mother, Chris Lacey, the daughter, Chris Lacey, the sister. You know what I'm saying? So what are you doing to take care of yourself? How are you grounding yourself? You know what I'm saying? Is it the gym? Is it yoga? You know what I'm saying? Like, is it, you know what I'm saying? Like, what are you doing to take care of yourself? So sometimes if you feel disconnected from your, because you didn't say disconnected from the purpose. You said disconnected from myself and purpose a bit. Let's separate those two. You know what I'm saying? Because Jeremy living a life of purpose and then Jeremy just being who I am, like those are two different things, right? So what do you got to do to get back rooted to yourself? What type of routine? What do you say, this is what I do every single day for me and nobody else? This is what I do to get active, to take care of me, to pour into me. You still have the responsibility. You don't have the luxury, Chris, and I don't have the luxury of just saying, I'm going to go out here and be motivational and pour into a whole bunch of people. No, we have to also pour into ourselves, right? Which is why I gave the advice earlier that's going to be speaking to those nurses doing the pinning thing. It's like you tell them nurses, thank you for your service, thank you for your sacrifice, but while you got these patients, you are going to be your best patient you will ever have. You also make sure you take care of you, because just like first responders, just like those in the healthcare profession, in the medical field that are so selfless and so giving, just like educators, Chris, we got that same gene. We got that same thing that want to do for others, but we got to first take care of ourselves as well, right? So those same things that you preach, you practice. You preach it, you practice it. And disconnected from purpose a bit. Probably the disconnection from purpose is probably not, being purposeful, like not being in the work. You know what I'm saying? Like, because you wouldn't feel disconnected from purpose if you know what I'm saying, if you had an engagement twice a week, you would feel very much connected with it. But when it takes a while, when things aren't working out, when opportunities are coming your way, that can be a little deflating, but that's a part of the journey. Welcome to entrepreneurship, y'all. I don't mean to laugh and make it light. I hope you laughing on that end, Chris, and everybody else watching, but welcome to entrepreneurship. It's gonna be times ain't nobody buying your cupcakes. It's gonna be times when you're gonna get some bad reviews. It's gonna be times when it's like, man, ain't nobody trying to book me. It's gonna be times when you're putting a whole lot of work in. All right, let me help somebody out. Let me help y'all out, because most people wouldn't do this. Most people wouldn't say what I'm about to say because of the image, but y'all know I ain't on that. Let me tell you something. Hands down, I did it 7 figures, $1 million less this year in speaking than the previous years. Here's the crazy thing. Me and my team have worked on my brand, website, and speaker reels, and EPK. Come on, hear me, Chris. I done put so much work. I done did a website twice over this year. I done did a crazy EPK, crazy speaker reel, about to do another one. And I'm looking at the account like, but that thing ain't hitting crazy. Now, did I just get a big book? Like, things come, don't get me wrong. But I would be lying to you if I said, for the last 15 years, every year it just goes up and up and up and up and up. Sometimes it'd be like this. Sometimes you have some weird years, and then next year I could 3X, which God would have replaced what I did previous year. So sometimes it'd be like that, Chris. And so what we got to do now, when you say, like, what do you do to get grounded, to ground and reconnect? I keep those things that's intangible. I'm gonna find my way to a gym 4 or 5 days a week, sometimes 6 times a week. I'm gonna get to the sauna 2, 3 days a week. I'm gonna go for a swim. Like I'm gonna set boundaries. I'm gonna put my phone on do not disturb at all times just because I need to have my own peace. I'm gonna make sure I go to sleep kind of early so I can wake up super early and have my time with God just to make sure I take care of me. I'm gonna sit down with my counselor and my therapist. Huh? Y'all, and I don't know, Chris, like y'all better find a counselor or therapist. You better find somebody to talk to. I met with mine today. She want to deal with childhood stuff. I'm like, why am I sitting here crying? This is stupid. I'm just playing. It's not stupid. Everybody should get a counselor or therapist. You feel me, Jerry? Come on, Jerry. You feel me? I had to say that real quick. I was being silly when I said, that's stupid. I was being silly. But no, for real. I literally sat down and was just like, oh, I feel it. That counselor said, Jerry, I feel like for years you've been suffering. I was like, oh, here come the tears. But look, how do I get grounded and reconnect? I'm just being me. I'm just saying, you know what, I need help. So I'm gonna keep getting help so I can make sure I can speak from a pure place. I can lead from a pure place. I can coach from a pure place. So I get it, Chris. And I only share this with you hopefully, Chris, that gives you a little release. Y'all see why it's so important to be open and to be vulnerable and to be transparent? I hope that you all found some solace, some safety, some peace in knowing, man, come on, Akia. I hope y'all are hearing what I'm saying. I hope you find a little peace, like I'm gonna be all right. It is tight, things have been slow. It didn't pan out how I wanted it to, but Coach took a way bigger hit than me. Because Coach got a whole bunch of people that's leaning on him and depending on him. And if Coach can keep his smile, and if Coach can keep that smile, if Coach can keep his zeal, if Coach can keep his spirit right, if Coach can keep that posture, if Coach can say, you know what, I done did a whole bunch of work. You know what, it's some months where we just broke even company-wise. It's some months that we took an L, but he still is worshiping. He's still smiling like, so your question, like, how do I reconnect? Like, how do you navigate this space? You know what I'm saying? I keep praise. I'm trying to confuse the enemy. The devil be thinking like, now how? Now why he keep playing this Fred Hammond song, My Steps Are Ordered? Why is he walking around this house worshiping God? Why is he not cursing God's name? Like, I just don't get it. So many things not working. He just got hit with this bill from an attorney, and this property that messed around and didn't close. Like, he catching L's, but like, why is it a big L with an O and the V and the E? Why he still got so much love for God? My worship is confusing the enemy. The enemy probably pissed at me. And I don't know if you caught it earlier, Chris, but I be talking to God like, hey, God, give me your spirit. Like, give me your mindset. What breaks your heart, let it break my heart. What gets you excited, let that get me excited. How I should look at things, help me to look at things how I look at things. What's pleasing to you, let that be pleasing to me. Like, let this mind be in you that is also in Christ Jesus. I'm literally saying, like, God, give me them thoughts. Give me that mindset so I can go out here and be who you call me to be. Because if I go out here and freestyle it, if I freestyle this thing like on my own, listen to me, y'all, it is not pretty. I've said a lot. I've talked a lot. I don't know. Are they saying anything back to me in the chat? Okay. I think what I want to start doing, I want to start seeing that chat. I just want to know because I feel like I'm pouring my heart out and I'm disclosing some stuff that my team might be like, hey, Jay, don't be sharing all that now. But I'm letting y'all know, we all trying to figure this thing out. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to tell you now because guess what? All I do is win. Even in a year of suffering, I'm still winning. The game ain't over with yet. It ain't the fourth quarter with 3 seconds left and I'm down 2 touchdowns. I'm still in the game, doggone it. It's barely damn near halftime. I'm still in the game. Ain't nobody tripping. This is where you at right now. It ain't gonna be like this forever. Wipe them tears away. You get the rest of them tears out, you wipe them tears away, you lift up your head. You keep pushing. The year ain't done yet. God ain't done yet. He got the final say so. I ain't heard no fat lady sing yet. The only fat lady I hear is her singing hymns. Singing, the Lord giveth and the Lord taketh away. Blessed be the name of the Lord. That's all I hear. I don't hear no fat lady singing, saying it's over with and done yet. I don't hear that. What I hear is, it is well with my soul. Whatever my lot, God has called me to say, it is well with my soul. That's the song I hear. I don't hear no fat lady singing, saying it's over. No. I hear spiritual mamas. I hear my mama. I hear my grandmama singing, saying God is good and worthy to be praised. That's what I hear. I choose that because I know love is my portion, wealth is my portion, prosperity is my portion. I know it's only a matter of time. God don't want me to be a spoiled brat, so he's not going to give me every single thing I ask for right when I ask for it. My kids would be spoiled rotten if I gave them every single thing they asked for. Sometimes I'm like, no. Sometimes I just give them a look and I don't even respond. Some of y'all feel like God ain't responding to you. But let me tell you what's going to happen, though. My kids ain't going to be in lack. My babies ain't going to be out here begging for bread. I will provide for all their needs. So I needed to be your type of energy. Lift up your head. This year ain't done with yet. God ain't done yet. I don't care what you've been going through. I don't care how hard, how challenging, how painful this be. You still in the fight. You still here. You still got an opportunity. At any moment, everything can change. The question is, who will you become? The question is, what version of you will emerge? The question of you, like, what changes inside your mind, like physiological, like mentally, psychologically, like what shifts inside your brain? What you know what I'm saying? Like what cosmic, like what happens inside your brain, inside your mind? What kind of shift takes place? You know what I'm saying? Like what paradigm shift? That's the word I'm looking for. Like what's going to happen inside your mind where you're going to say, you know what? This is who I am. This is who I'm becoming. Like this is what I have going on. Like despise not the small beginnings, the challenges, the frustrating things you're dealing with now. You're going to look up 3 years from now and be like, girl, I remember back when. You're going to look up a few years from now and say, bro, I remember back when I couldn't even get this going for me. Like, this is a part of life, y'all. And so the question now is like, am I willing to stay the course and worship and stay tapped in and stay in tune with God and keep worship on my mouth and keep serving and keep supporting others, right? You know what I'm saying? And some of us need to take a moment off of social media. Some of us probably need to take a break. I don't know who that's for, but if some of my fellas on here, they need to get off the gram. Because you find yourself, every time you go to the gram, you're seeing everybody else winning, and you need to be isolation with you and God and your family, and get off the gram. Some of you ladies need to get off the Instagram, because what's happening is it's like a magnifying glass to what's not working for you. Because ain't nobody, it's very few people that you can see go on Instagram like, hey, y'all, I just wanted to let y'all know today is the 45th day of me not making a sale. Ain't nobody doing that. Hey, y'all, today is day 143 of me not getting booked to speak. Ain't nobody doing that. People are saying, hey, y'all, I got booked to speak, and they're not even telling you, you begged them for that opportunity, and you probably speaking for free. So some of y'all are going to go to a whole other level, and you're going to feel a shift in your heart and your mind when you say, you know what, let me just take a break from social media just for a couple of days. Just for a couple of days, because I find that every time I get on here and I'm tapped in with the people, I get off and I feel less joy, less happiness, or I'm doing a search internally and I feel like, man, I'm not where I'm supposed to be because I'm seeing where everybody else where they are. But truth be told is I'm probably right where God wants me to be. But I can't appreciate that because I'm focused on where everybody else is. God, I pray for the person tonight. I feel a lot of folks, Lord. A lot of the questions were kind of on the waiting and what to do and when you lose a drive and when things aren't working out, and there's probably a whole bunch more that would come in. So God, I submit those concerns to you. I pray you're pleased with what I shared with them. I pray, God, that you would give them the staying power. Can you give them a peace on their hearts and their minds where they just help them to just feel on the inside like it's tight and uncomfortable, but everything is going to be all right. That's my prayer, God, that they wake up tomorrow, whether the sun is out or whether it's cloudy or rainy, may they feel sunshine in their hearts, God. Only you can do that. Give them peace, Lord. May they wake up tomorrow, even now. Can you do a miracle now, Lord, and let them know that you love them deeply and that you have great things in store for them? Help them to know and believe now, God, that even though it's not happening now, you are still in control. You have not said the final word. At any moment, everything can change. Give them that peace in their hearts, God. Give them the peace. Help them to release anxiety so they can receive peace. Help them to release resentment so they can receive love. Help them to release worry so that they can receive abundance, Lord. And may they be reminded, Lord, that you've always taken care of them. May they be reminded, God, that sometimes we got to go through a weird, long, or dark valley, but we won't be there forever. So I pray for the relationships that's on. I pray for the marriages. I pray for bank accounts. I pray for the finances. I pray for people's jobs. I pray for people's health. There's some folks on, Lord, that's dealing with some health challenges that they know of and some that they know not of. I'll submit that to you now. I pray a special prayer for the people in our community. And you give them a special favor, give them a special opportunity, give them a special word. May this next year be the best year of their lives, Lord. They have released, now may they receive not just the insight and the wisdom, but maybe they receive the blessings that you have in store for them, God. We love you, we honor you, we thank you. So grateful for G Money and for Jerry being with me tonight and Deani on live and the technology to be able to pour into your people across the globe. So we're grateful for this time, grateful for those watching the recordings now. Lord, take care of us. You are our God, we your people. Take care of us. Don't have us out here looking crazy, Lord. Continue to take care of us like you always do, and we will shout from the rooftops, Lord, that you are good and you are just and you provide and you are kind and you take care of us. That's our prayer in Jesus' name. Amen. My people, thank y'all for hanging. I did not realize it's almost 8:30. That's wild. That is wild. But you know, I do this 2-3 times a month as an opportunity just to pour into you. I ain't got nothing to offer you. I ain't got nothing to sell you. I do got a free training this weekend, but again, it's free. So if you're interested, and if you go to my Instagram, it's in my bio. It's like a 2-hour Sunday workshop, but I do be on live. So if y'all, I'll be right here in the office too, but this is an opportunity where a few times a month I can just, in the evening time, step away from my family, which I really don't like to do. I just love y'all, where I can really pour into you. And I hope that you all, the questions I answered, I hope that gave you some peace and some clarity. And I hope to see y'all next week. See y'all next week. Y'all be blessed. Holla at me.